Okay, so you're interested in fasting, or maybe you want to fast longer and you don't really know how to get yourself to a 3 to 5 day water fast. Or maybe you're just like poking around on YouTube and you're like, this fasting thing's kind of cool. How do I even start it? Like, where do I jump into this style? I call it a fasting lifestyle. Well, that's what this video is all about. How do you progress through the different fasts? Where do you start? Where do you want to go? It's a roadmap for fasting. I'm really excited to share it with you. Okay, I wanted to leave a real short video for those of you that want to start fasting and you just don't know where to start. And here on my channel, we talk about a lot of aspects of fasting. We got some really experienced fasters. People are doing long fasts. And if you're coming to my channel for the first time and you're like, where do I start? I want to explain the roadmap to being a successful faster. Okay, so let's start off with, I've actually come up with like 7, now it's probably over more than 7 ways that you can fast. And when you're fasting, there are a lot of different things that are happening. And the longer you go in the fast, the more these magical things show up. But this is the progression I teach my patients to approach fasting. So I really recommend that you don't just jump into a 3 or 5 day water fast, that you actually have some system to how you want to do fasting in your life. Okay. So first fast that I recommend you do is what we call intermittent fasting. All over YouTube here, all over the internet. Many people know about intermittent fasting. There's great research on intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is 13 to 15 hours without food. So most people will go, if they're intermittent fasters, maybe they stop eating at 8 o'clock at night. 8 to 12 is 4 hours. And then they'll eat again at like 9 or 10 in the morning. So I like to do that with intermittent fasting. We want to stay in between those 13 to 15 hours. If you've never fasted before, this may be difficult. So just start here, get used to that. And you may be asking like, well, do I do that once a week? How often do I do that? That's actually an every day. I want you to be doing that every day. Okay, so 13 to 15 hours, intermittent fasting would be a great starting point. Once you get used to that and you're like, oh, I'm doing better. I actually feel like this has become a lifestyle. Now you're ready for the next step. And the next step is 17 hours. And the reason I like 17 hours is this is the sweet spot where autophagy kicks in. And autophagy is what a lot of you are coming to fasting for. You want to get that self-detox where you force your cells to go within and start to burn toxins inside the cell. So this would be, you want to go around 17 hours. Now, autophagy goes anywhere from 17 hours up to 72 hours. That's its sweet spot. I did a whole chart on it. It's called the fasting benefits chart. If you want a copy of that chart, just put in the comments, fasting benefits chart, and we'll make sure you get a copy of it. But the next level is 17 hours. Get comfortable there. Would you do it every day? What a lot of people do is they'll do like 13 to 15 hours and then, maybe they'll do that 5 days in a row and then one day they'll start to stretch it to 17. Now, what a lot of people do is once they get really comfortable with 17 hours, they start to stretch it to 24 hours, 22, 23, 24 hours. This is known as 1 meal a day. And a lot of people live by 1 meal a day. Like this is their go-to. Personally, for myself, I do 1 to 2 days a week where I do 1 meal a day. There's a tremendous benefit with 1 meal a day. You can really repair intestinal stem cells. You get a deeper autophagy. You get more ketones, more fat burning. So it's a really sweet spot to be. And once you get to 1 meal a day, you really, at that point, when you're comfortably there, you're able to go into some of these longer fasts. So it can be like the door in to a 3 or 5 day water fast once you're at 1 meal a day and you're very comfortable with it. Okay, the next one is what I call 36-hour fast. And the reason you would start to implement a 36-hour fast is this is for those of you that want to really lose weight. So when you go 36 hours without food, you really help regulate your blood sugar. You start to speed up your metabolism. Your body just goes after that sugar that it stored in fat years ago. So if you've been doing intermittent fasting, you've been doing autophagy fasting, you've been doing 1 meal a day, and you're like, I'm stuck, I need to lose more weight. For you, you need to now go on to the 4th fast. You need to get into that 36-hour place, because that's the weight loss sweet spot. Or at least that's what I've seen in my clinic with my people. Then at the next level of fasting is really the 3 to 5 day water fast. And this is for those of you that really want to improve your immune system. You really have a chronic condition to repair. Those, or you just want to experience it. There's tremendous, like BDNF kicks in at that point. So you get a lot of neurogenesis happening in the brain. And the longer you fast, the more miracles show up. So in our resetter group, we get people that are doing this once a month. We do a fast training week where we all practice our fasting muscles. So we do that once a month. We do it here on YouTube as well. So you can always join in one of those longer fasts with us. We have people that have lost a tremendous amount of weight by doing real frequent 3 to 5 day water fasts. We have, I personally do it for immune system protection, to fight cancer cells. So I do 2 to 3 day water fasts a year. So there's a good variation with the 3 to 5, depending on what you're trying to do with your health. But I wouldn't jump in. If you're new to fasting, you don't want to jump into a 3 to 5 day water fast. That is not what we're looking for. And then here's one that I know some of you have done. We've watched your comments here on YouTube. Some of you have done like greater than 5 days. So you're doing 7 days, 21 days, and the stories are like miraculous. And if you've done one and you have a great story, leave it in the comments. We love hearing it. I do not recommend you go into a 5 day water fast without somebody watching you. You're being coached by a doctor, a health coach, like somebody's guiding you through that experience. That is not what I recommend people jump into. But this is the progression. So if you're brand new, you're trying to figure out where you fit in, start with intermittent fasting, move to the 17-hour fast so you can get more autophagy. Then move to the 1 meal a day, see how you do with that. If you want to lose more weight, throw in some 36-hour fasts. And then you'll go, at that point, when you've got those 4 kind of dialed in, you're ready to do a 3 to 5 day water fast. And at that point, your 3 to 5 day water fast should actually be fairly easy. So, and if you want to go and really heal, I really recommend you get some coaching around that. So those are the progression. Those are the 6 different ways, different steps that you can take. And remember, once a month here on YouTube, we're doing Fast Training Week. Okay, so know that we're here for you once a month to guide you through different fasts. I have a different theme every month. So it's a really cool experience. So as always, let me know if that helps, if that makes it simple for you. And fasting's miraculous. So please step into this fasting lifestyle and just watch what your body's capable of. Hope that helps.